Hey everyone, it's your girl Joy, and welcome to the Equipping You podcast, episode 42. Thank you all for watching. Also, if you haven't, please subscribe to our channel. I'm excited about today's special guest, so grab your journal or a sheet of paper, and I'll be right back.
Thank you for tuning in today. Our mission is to equip and empower you to dig in and soar higher, doing the things that you love. This podcast is where you'll hear leading experts from around the globe figuring out what you could be doing to tackle your greatest business challenges. So get ready to hear from some of the brightest minds and boldest thinkers on how they're taking on these problems and how you could too. Now here's your host.
Welcome back. So most of you know me, but for those of you who do not know me, my name is Joy Norman, and I'm an empowerment and success coach. And I am the CEO of the international organization and movement Becoming Fierce Female Entrepreneurs. And I am blessed to help success-driven women entrepreneurs get past their fear and procrastination, take action, move forward, and build a profitable and sustainable business without wasting time on strategies that just don't work. Even if you've been struggling to grow your business for years and you haven't seen much fruit. And I'm also the host of this YouTube podcast, which is a podcast all about uplifting, informing, and empowering women entrepreneurs to grow a sustainable and profitable business. Working on your business can be tough and overwhelming, and it's easy to get lost in a busy life. And we just want to inspire and support your growth. Okay, are you ready to meet today's special guest? Well, let's do it. Well, hi, Paul. How are you doing?
Hi, Joy. Yeah, I'm very well, thank you. It's so good to be here on the podcast with you.
Yes. How's the weather in the UK today?
So the weather, as usual, in the north of the UK. So I'm in Manchester, in the northwest of the UK. It's fairly cold and rainy, etc. But it's getting lighter every day, so there's always a positive there, isn't there?
Yes, it is. I wouldn't even know that because you look so good today. And you probably heard about what's going on in California. We've had a lot of rain, which we usually don't get.
Yeah.
But yes, we've had some monsoons.
Yeah, there's some strange, unnatural weather going on, isn't there? Kind of around the world, really, but certainly around the northern hemisphere. Yeah.
Yeah. But this week we've had sunshine. So it's been awesome. And we're so happy.
It sounds wonderful. Yes, please send some sunshine our way, because it won't be here for a few months in the UK. But when it does, it's always nice to enjoy, isn't it?
Yes. Okay. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for coming on the show. And we are so happy to have you. And are you ready to dive in?
Absolutely. I'm very ready to dive in. You notice I've got a whiteboard behind me, so I'm getting known to be the guy with the whiteboard. I think so. I'm just going to use the whiteboard, a traditional whiteboard as well, just to help to describe and explain what we're going to talk about today.
Oh, yes. I love it. So let's start with you. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. Okay. So as you know, I'm from the UK, and I live in Manchester in the UK. So I've been working in online marketing for about 25 years now. So it kind of dawned on myself the other day. That's a quarter of a century. So it's some time really that I've been working in online marketing. So at the moment I run my own SEO marketing coaching business. So I help fellow coaches, therapists, and entrepreneurs get set up, optimized, and found more online. So that's my mission, to help you guys do that. So yeah, I moved to Manchester, as I say, kind of way back in 1997. Moved to the city. I'm not originally from here, but I moved to the city at that time. And the thing that was happening at that time was like Google was starting. And kind of online was starting, you know. So there was some kind of more inquisitive and ambitious businesses in the cities which were starting to invest in online marketing. So there were some opportunities that were opening up. You didn't particularly need experience because it was a brand new discipline. So to be honest, I kind of fell into it. I came from an art background and journalistic background from my study days. And from there, I just gained more opportunities, really, over the next kind of 10, 15, 20 years, where I worked with quite a few companies and agencies. And then I thought I should be doing this myself. So I'm kind of helping the people I want to help kind of get set up and found more online.
Yes, we love it. Our topic today is, what is SEO and how can it grow your business? And yes, let's get into this podcast. So if you are, what I'm hearing, if you are a busy coach, if you're a consultant or an entrepreneur, and you want to get online business ready, and you want to learn how to grow your business with leads and sales, then you are in the right place today. And we have the confusion busting SEO coach in the house today. You didn't know I knew that about you, huh?
No, I didn't. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. That's absolutely who I am. Yeah, I'm here to demystify and explain simply what SEO is and how it can help you, because people do find it confusing.
So, Paul, for most of us today, when we need something, whether it's an idea, answer, a strategy, or service, we start by searching on the internet. So tell us, what is SEO, and then how does SEO work?
Sure. Great questions there. Okay. So when you say what is SEO, so first of all, there's a bit of a blocker already, because SEO is an acronym. And there's lots of acronyms in the online marketing world. So already it sounds a bit confusing and a bit techie kind of thing. So it's an acronym, not a word. So it's not CO, it's SEO. So let me ask you a question back. Do you know, Joy, what SEO stands for?
I do. Search engine optimism. That's right, Paul. I'm a search engine optimist.
Absolutely, yes. A search engine optimization. Absolutely, that's brilliant. That is brilliant. But you did so much better than when I asked my daughter once, when she was little, when she was about 5 years old. I remember kind of cooking breakfast, so that would be an English breakfast of kind of sausages and bacon, etc. And she said to me, "Daddy, what do you do for a job?" And I thought, I'm an SEO manager. She'll have no idea what that is. She wants me to say a fireman or a policeman or something. But I was honest and transparent with her. And I said, I'm an SEO manager. And she said, what's that? So I said, SEO, it stands for 3 words. Can you work it out what it is? And she was kind of there, kind of thinking about it. And she was looking at me cooking breakfast. And then she suddenly said, Daddy, I've got it. You're a sausage, egg, and omelette manager. I'm not. But before I could come back to her, she went upstairs to see her mummy and said, Mummy, I know what Daddy does for a job. He's a sausage, egg, and omelette manager. And then she told all her friends, etc. So just to put the record straight, SEO is not sausage, egg, and omelettes. It is search engine optimization. So it's what is that then? So we have to dig a bit deeper. It's essentially the process of improving the quality and quantity of traffic to a website from search engines like Google. Yeah, so in terms of how you do that, so if you want more traffic from Google, you need to be higher up in the rankings. Yeah. And then if you want better quality traffic, so you want your ideal clients clicking on you in Google and going to your website, then you need to include the keywords, so the search terms that your ideal clients are using on your website, in your content. And then you'll start to show up a little bit more. So that's the kind of high line fundamentals of what SEO is. But did you also mention, Joe, that you wanted to know about how does SEO work?
Yes.
Okay.
Spill the tea, Paul.
I will do, absolutely. I'd be delighted to. So how does SEO work? Well, that's quite a big topic. So I'm going to use the whiteboard, okay, to do some writing on it, of course. So SEO, so it's nothing too techy. So a lot of people think SEO is technical, and that's why a lot of people kind of are blocked by it because it's too technical for them. But that's the wrong mindset to have. Essentially, SEO is about reputation. Okay, let's put a box around that. Okay, and you see that okay?
Yeah.
And then relevance. Okay, there's a plus sign in the middle. Make that a bit bigger. Okay, so it's about reputation and relevance, SEO. So in terms of what that means, then we'll dig a bit deeper again. So in terms of building your reputation online, let's go out here. It's something called social signals. Okay, so you send social signals to Google. How do you do that? So basically, you're creating good content on social media. So content where like people are having comments on, they're liking it, they're loving it, they're sharing it online. You may have a Facebook group and it's got quite a big community in there. So those are all signs that, oh, this business owner is pretty good, a pretty good reputation. People are liking their content a lot. So then you go into another area called usability, but that's a bit technical. Essentially, it's about having a website that is easy to use. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we all know that some websites are easy to use. Some of them are really difficult to use, especially on a cell phone as well. So it's about creating a website that is easy to use. So you've got a good reputation of having this great site that's easy to use, easy to navigate. Okay. And then you want the third one up here in terms of reviews. Yeah. So reviews and links. I'm going to write mentions. Okay, I'm going to draw a box around that one as well. Okay. So you're growing your reputation online by having good reviews online. You've got links, so other websites linking to you. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then mention, so other websites talking about you as well and endorsing you. So there's an element of SEO, which is PR driven. Okay, so this is reputation. So it's basically what people say and think about you. Yeah, so growing a positive reputation here. And then if you go into relevance, okay, so yeah. It's about having web pages with keywords. I'll just put KW. Okay, so that's another one. Okay, so you need to be relevant for the search terms that your clients are seeking. Okay, mm-hmm. And then we'd have content. So we want to have content. So again, that is relevant for your audience. Yeah.
Yeah.
So in terms of what they're interested in finding out about, so what are their questions about your area of expertise? What are they asking online? So you want to answer those questions. So it's about having relevant content for them. Then we've got language. I'm going to write in here. Okay. So that's language. Okay. So that's using the right language. So the same language that your ideal client uses online. So when you're talking online to your ideal clients, you want to mention their pain points, what they're blocked with, etc. Yeah. So a large part of SEO is copywriting as well there. And then finally, quite a long word, timeliness, if I can say it. Yeah, it's a timeliness, which means seasonality. So when is the best time to put your content out? So when are people searching for the search terms they use to find you? Yeah, so you might have a busy time in your business in the springtime. Yeah, so from April, May, and June maybe. So if that's the case, then you want to put the content out at the right time for your audience. So it's all about building your reputation and your relevance online. If you do that, you're going to end up getting higher rankings, which is more traffic, which is more leads into your business. Does that make
Okay.
sense?
It makes a lot of sense. All right. Thank you for breaking it down. I'm loving this. Okay. So we know that Google is responsible for most of the search engine traffic in the world. So how does Google work?
Again, that is a great question. Okay. You're asking all the big questions today.
Oh, yay.
So how does Google work? Okay. So I'm just going to, there's the board. I'm going to wipe it just quickly. So if anyone just wants to pause and have a look at that, or you can always rewind and have a look at this board. There's three main kind of topics or areas in terms of how Google works. Okay, so basically Google gains most of its information, most of its learning about the world from web pages. Okay, from what's written on web pages. Okay, so how does it do that? So it does it, let's go like number one here is a process called crawling. Okay, crawling, so that means crawling a web page. So I'm going to draw web page and I'll draw another one here. Okay, so here's an image and here's some text on this web page, and maybe this web page has got lots of text on it there. Okay, so Google would come along and it would visit this page and it would think, oh, here's an image here. I'm just going to read this page and kind of figure out what it's all about. Maybe there's a link, so it'll find this page. It'll go for this link. If that link is to that page, it will then find this page as well, and it will read this page and figure out what it's all about by the content that is on there. Okay, so crawling is all about how Google kind of understands what these web pages are about, first of all. Okay, so once it's done that, it goes to number two in this process, which is indexing. Okay, so it's crawling and indexing. Okay, so basically, how should we do this? Let's draw a house. Okay, everyone relates to a house. So this is Google's house, shall we say? We'll put a G on it. But this is basically Google's index. Okay, which is basically a huge expanding database of web pages and information. Because Google will crawl the web and it finds all these web pages and then it takes it back into its database here. Yeah, so this is where it stores all the information that it's found on the web. Okay, so then you go into the final stage, number three, yeah, which is serving. Okay, so serving is basically when you go to Google, let's draw it very roughly. It says Google at the top there, and you've got the search results here. Okay, yeah. So when someone searches with search terms, we all do it. Okay, so if we search for something, then Google will go back to its database. Okay, as soon as you press enter, Google goes back to its database and thinks, oh, I've seen some web pages about that, what that person searched for. I'm going to give them all the information I've found on that topic. And those are the search results that we've got here. Yeah, that makes sense?
Yeah, it does. This is really awesome. Hey, do you want to be a guest on our YouTube podcast? Do you have an inspiring and informative story that you want to share with a worldwide audience? Do you have a business or service that you want to share with women entrepreneurs? Do you want to make strategic connections with our audience? Well, you are in the right place. We are looking for speakers who want to be featured on our YouTube podcast show. So tell us what you do, What are you passionate about? The Living Show is a YouTube show all about informing and inspiring women entrepreneurs to grow their business. Working on your business can be tough and overwhelming, and it's easy to get lost in a busy life. And we may be independent and strong, but we also need to take time out to support and learn from each other. So we just want to inspire you and support your growth. You can participate and connect in active forum discussions. You can be featured as a one-time guest on our recurring Sister Talks panel. Come and connect with other ambitious, inquisitive, successful expert speakers, each of whom have a network of similar connections to introduce you to. And if you are interested, go to our website at becomingfierceentrepreneurs.com and click on our services page to schedule a meet and greet. We can't wait to talk to you. Why is SEO important? And then tell us some of the benefits of SEO.
Absolutely. Okay, so why is SEO important to you? Right. Okay. Well, what I've got for you, Joy, is some stats. Okay, so you can't argue with stats basically because they're facts. Okay. So these stats are updated all the time. So I did some research earlier to get the latest stats for you. Okay, in terms of why SEO is important. So the first major stat I've got are four. So there's four. There we go. Four stats is 68%. Yeah, 68% of online experiences begin with a search engine. So the majority of those will be Google. I know we've got Bing as well, and there are other search engines, but the great majority of those will be on Google. So that's 68% of all online experiences start with a search engine. Okay, so if you're not there, then you're missing out. Okay, so stat number 2 is that research from an SEO tool called Bright Edge. I just wanted to say who that's from. So their research says that over half of all traffic to businesses comes from organic search. Yeah, it was actually about 53% of all traffic to businesses comes from organic search. So organic search is basically the search results that you see in Google. I know you have Google ads, so they're paid for, but it's the organic search results. Yeah, so over half of your traffic comes from there. So if you're not there by investing in SEO, then you're going to be missing out. You're not in the game, as it were. Okay. Then stat number 3 I've got here was 0.63%. So really small percentage there. 0.63% of Google searches click on results from the second page. So if you're not on the first page, then you're not particularly going to be found online. Okay. And then stat number 4, the final one, is that SEO drives 1,000% more traffic than organic social. Yeah, so social media is really popular, of course. It's huge. It's huge. But it still lies with Google and organic search in terms of getting the majority of that traffic. So I know a lot of smaller businesses and entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, you do invest in social media. I do it myself. You know, it's a great tool. I don't think a lot of people invest in SEO because they find it too technical, perhaps, whereas social media is maybe a bit more easier to actually get on. You've actually got the platform there, haven't you? In terms of creating posts and stuff, you don't have to create your own website. In terms of why SEO is important, yeah, all of those stats basically. If you're not investing in it, then you're not going to be found as much online. So if you're not found online, you're not going to get the traffic or the leads or the clients.
It's very important to increase your site's organic search visibility so your content can be found. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, and that is essentially what SEO is all about. It's about it helps you get found more online.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ooh, all
that's
right, come on. This I'm loving this today. This is awesome. Yes. Okay, so yeah, so let's go more into, can the SEO be used in social media?
Yes, it can. Yeah, it's a great question. Very much so, and it's very much on the rise as well. It's getting much more popular in terms of using SEO for social media. It's certainly something that I offer as well in my programs
Oh.
to help my clients online. So for example, you could use Facebook. A lot of people do. Okay, so in terms of using Facebook, you could upgrade your Facebook profile. Yeah, so when I say upgrade, it's like optimizing. You'd optimize your Facebook profile. So you can start by doing that by looking at your bio first of all. In the marketing world, we call it your elevator statement. But just your bio, okay, about you. So what you want to do, you want to say who you help, what you help with, and how you help people. So already we're going back to, if you remember a few moments ago on the board, we talked about relevance. Yeah, we want to make your profile relevant for your ideal client, for the people who are landing on your profile there. Okay, and then also in terms of creating social media posts, yeah, SEO is very much data driven. Okay, so we go back to a practice called keyword research, where we look at the data, we do keyword research to understand what are the terms, the topics, the questions that people are searching for the most in my area of expertise. Okay, so if we know that by looking at the data, so we could see like 1,000 people every month search for a certain question to do with your expertise, then it makes sense to start to plan to cover that question off in your social media posts. So you're talking about the topics and subtopics that people are actually searching for online, yeah, rather than kind of just having your kind of best guess in terms of what people are interested in and doing your social media posts that way. Yeah, always use the data so you're giving your clients what they want. Yeah. Uh,
Okay.
and also Facebook groups. Facebook groups finally is a great one. Lots of people have them. So on Facebook you can search. You can search for groups as well. So that there is a search bar there. So if someone's searching for a group in terms of what you do, if you have a Facebook group, you want to in your Facebook group name, you want to put your keywords in there. So again, looking at keyword research, what are people searching for to find a group such as mine, put your keywords in your group name, then it's more likely to come up because it's going to be a match for what people are searching for. So there's a lot of social media we can do on Facebook. There's a lot you can do on Instagram as well in terms of optimizing your profile, including keywords in your name and your username, just to make it relevant again to what people are searching for. You can add what's called alt text to your images in Instagram. So that basically tells the algorithm what the image is of, what the picture is that you're actually sharing as well. So it's all about, again, going back to being relevant to what people are actually searching for online. So of course, Instagram is very much based on hashtags as well. So you can see hashtags are basically Instagram's equivalent of keywords.
Yeah.
So use hashtags which have your keywords in there as well, because people search by hashtags.
Yeah, that is good.
Yeah,
Those keywords. Yeah.
yeah, it's all in the keywords.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm getting better. That was one of the things that I needed to do better with my website. Yeah,
Yeah,
to get a better grade on my social media performance on
sure.
driving traffic. And you say you help us with that, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, yeah. So it's very much about the process I've got. It's very much about auditing first of all, and then planning, and then actually implementing it. So it's
Oh,
what I call my API SEO method. So two acronyms there for you. But API is basically auditing what we've got. first of all, to see how we're currently performing. And then based on those insights, in terms of what we found from the audit, your insights inform your strategy actions, which you put into your plan. And then it's about implementing the strategy plan going forwards.
Yeah. And this is so important. Actually, when I first sat down before I met you,
Yeah.
I got a pretty good grade in all the areas on my SEO, as far as, you know, the structure, the performance, my usability, my links, my keywords. I did pretty good, Paul.
Amazing. I'm so impressed. Yeah, all of the terminology you're using.
Yeah. Yes, and I am not technical at all. So listen, people, you can do this. You can learn this. And Paul makes it easy for us. And because look, if I can learn it, everyone can learn it, you know.
Yeah, and I think SEO is generally it's good marketing at the end of the day. You know, I mean SEO is SEO because of technical SEO. That's what defines it. Yeah, and that is technical SEO is the more specialist side of SEO. Okay, if you want to go in the back end of the site and look at the code and all that kind of stuff. Okay, but beside that, as we saw on the board, when we're talking about reputation and relevance, that's all about content and giving a good experience and maybe invested in digital PR when you're a certain size of a business, etc. So you get more mentions, people more who are talking about you a lot more, you're getting good reviews. This is all good marketing at the end of the day, which all goes back to content again. Once your site is technically sound, all there is left is content, really, isn't there? So it's about having good content for your ideal clients and just adding lots of value to the web.
Yeah. So that's why I called it search engine optimism.
I love it. They should be called that. Absolutely.
I know. Yeah, but once we work with someone like you make it easier for us. I coach women, you know, on how to grow their business, and and we need to make sure we're working with the right people, and maybe, you know, we can work with people like you. And I love your name, confusion busting SEO coach. I think everyone needs one of them.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Actually, when I went on a copywriting course or a refresher last year, the copywriter kind of coach themselves actually recommended to use that term, confusion busting. So you're on the right lines there. Absolutely. It's very much about confusion and busting, demystifying, telling the truth about SEO, evangelizing about SEO, because there is, like with lots of stuff, there's a lot of misinformation, there's a lot of old information, or dated information about SEO, because Google has changed. I said I moved to Manchester in 1997. That's when Google was first starting. Google's very much different. It's very different now to what it was then, kind of thing. So through that time, SEO has had to change as well and adapt.
Yeah. So that's really good. How can we distinguish good SEO advice from bad or harmful SEO advice?
Okay, great question. Well, good SEO advice is basically everything I've been saying. So if someone's talking about growing your reputation online, making sure that your site is relevant to your ideal client in terms of the marketing messaging, if an SEO is talking more like a marketing person, then that's a good SEO. He's a modern day SEO would talk like that. Whereas someone who isn't a modern day SEO, I'd say, is actually what you call black hat SEO. I don't know if you've heard that term. There's black hat SEO and there's white hat SEO. Okay, so I'm wearing a white hat. Someone does black hat SEO. It's basically old-fashioned SEO. Okay, you can do it for maybe 2 to 4 weeks, but then you'd end up getting penalized by Google. And that's basically people who are saying you need to invest in gaining 10,000 links pointing to your site. And that used to work 15 years ago, but nowadays it's seen as spammy by Google. Okay, so people who are into kind of a mass link building, people who talk about guest posting even now. So still a lot of SEOs who talk about guest posting. So that means having writing a blog post and featuring that blog post on another site, on a third-party site. But in that blog post, it has a link back to your site. Yeah, so that used to be a way of gaining links into your site, because links are seen as seen by Google as votes of trust, basically. Yeah, because it's like one site is linking to another one. Yeah, so why would they link to it? They must be doing something well. So SEO started to manipulate these kind of tactics. However, guest posting is actually against Google's guidelines nowadays, and it's actually in Google's guidelines not to do it. So it's more about creating content and for that content to kind of earn good coverage naturally and organically, just because of the high nature of it, really, because the content is so good, it's shareable, it's worth sharing, basically. Yeah. That's how you're going to gain more natural mentions and links going forward. So just focus on good marketing.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's really good. You mentioned about getting in trouble with Google. So how do you know how much time to spend on SEO so that we don't get in trouble?
Absolutely. Okay. So this goes back to the plan. Yeah. So I talked about having an audit and a plan, and then implementing the plan. Okay. So within that plan, you will have kind of high priority, medium, and low priority kind of issues. Yeah. So some of those issues will be technical. Yeah. So we'll do like a technical audit of a website, and we'd order by priority. So you'd want to kind of resolve the high priority issues first of all, and I would spend as much time as needed initially to resolve those high priority issues. Okay, yeah, and then the rest of the time within the plan would really go on to content. So again, it goes into your wider marketing strategy in terms of how much time are you planning to invest in creating content. I know a lot of people don't like writing blog posts themselves. They might not be a writer themselves. So we need to just find more time to maybe write more posts on social media, for example. Yeah, you might not want to do both. So, or you might want to do more YouTube videos. So there is SEO for YouTube, SEO for videos as well. So when you go to YouTube, you want your videos to be showing up online when people search for them in YouTube. Yeah, so just like Google, there's still SEO for YouTube as well. Yeah. So it's worth investing the time that's needed, really, just to get a good foundation in place, and then ongoing with your regular marketing activity. Just ensure that you're including SEO best practices in terms of doing the keyword research and titling the videos correctly for YouTube, putting a good description with your videos as well. I'm sure you're already doing a lot of this already, Joy.
Yes, I am. But
yes.
I want all of us to be doing that. So I love it. So talk a little bit about some of the services that you have. Like, you have some one time where we can work with you once, or do you coach us, and for how long? So talk about some of your services.
Sure, yeah. So I've got a signature one-to-one program. It's called Nurtured Growth. So we'd work together for one-to-one for 6 months. So it's 6 months because there's a lot to do normally. Okay. So Nurtured Growth is all about kind of talking about the name I've got there. You need to have more of a nurturing kind of mentality towards your website. Yeah. So a lot of people have websites and they kind of leave it once it's been built, and they don't really do anything with it. But we need to invest time to actually fix issues and grow the websites out. Yeah, so create new pages to rank for new terms. So nurtured growth, as I say, it's one-to-one. It's for 6 months. It covers auditing of your website and your social media profiles. We'll look at your ideal client work as well. So we'll figure out who your ideal client is, and we might need to niche down more than what you've niched down already. That we also look at what's called your why, or your purpose. So that's all about understanding why do you do what you do. So a lot of people will say, well, to earn money and pay my bills, etc. That is right, but we need to go deeper than that in terms of what is the kind of heartfelt mission behind your business. Because if we can understand that, then that really informs your copywriting and your marketing messaging on your website and your social media posts. So once we've done a lot of that work, we would go into creating a plan, so a strategy plan of action. Then it's about implementing that plan on your website or on your social media profiles as well. We've kind of looked to do a content calendar, so we plan that out for you, and I'll help you with the content. Nurtured growth also includes bonuses as well, in terms of a session with a professional copywriter who I work with, and something that isn't included in a lot of SEO programs. You'd also get a free 1-hour session with a mindset coach as well. So mindset is really important, as I'm sure you know, when you're running your own business. Things can get overwhelming. If you're starting to engage with SEO, it might seem confusing and technical and too much to do at once, kind of thing. So I'm there with you all the way. But I've brought in a mindset coach as well, just to help my clients kind of manage that as well. So that's nurture growth in terms of the one-to-one program I've got. That's the main program I do have. I do have a smaller kind of starter program in terms of SEO, which is the SEO accelerator program. So that's for 28 days. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's a 28-day kind of setup your SEO on your website. Finally, you can tick those boxes and get the fundamentals in place on your own website. So that's a 28-day program, one-to-one, online on Zoom. So that's available as well on my website, paulculshaw.com.
I love that you talk about it from a holistic standpoint, because you're right. Mindset is very, very important.
It's huge, yeah. I mean,
It is.
I brought it in from my own experience of starting my own business. I never knew that mindset would be something, to actually start to understand and engage with. After working 25 years in the corporate world, there was a lot for me in terms of starting my own business, in terms of mindset to actually work through. So yeah, it's really important. That's why I brought it into my program.
Yeah, me too. I have it in my program. Yeah, we talk about.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah, moving past fear, procrastination. Becoming more confident. Yeah,
very much so. Yes. Yeah. Well, people have different mindset issues, don't they? Themselves. But you've mentioned the main ones there. Another one in terms of the online world is doing video, and especially doing Facebook Lives, for example. You kind of you tend to find, especially amongst I say an older audience, kind of around my age, really, but an older audience, as it were.
I call them seasoned.
Seasons, yeah. But there can be a mindset issue there. So my daughter is kind of young, teenager, etc. Her generation just seem to click and do reels, etc. Quite naturally. But it can take some time to actually gain the confidence to do video content, and to put the video out there as well, to be seen online as well. Can be a big thing for people. But it's crucial as well. We were talking about SEO and being seen online, having content, Google indexing your videos into YouTube, doing reels, etc. You can get a lot of views very quickly on reels. So you've got to have the right mindset that all of a sudden you are going to be seen.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's another big thing too, with a lot of the ladies that I work with. It's like, I'm afraid to put myself out there. So how did
Mm.
you get so confident in putting yourself out there, Paul? Because you're on social media a lot, which is how I found you.
Absolutely, yes, yeah. Well, I invested in my own SEO strategy. That's why you found me. Yeah, in terms of doing video content, so that's a great question because I do have a journey there. So I remember doing my first Facebook Lives. Honestly, I was kind of stood in this spot with my cell phone there, and it said go live. And all you have to do is press the button, isn't it? Go live on Facebook. But honestly, I was stood there for about 25 minutes or so, 20 minutes. Just can't do it. And then you just have to just press the button. So my kind of issue that I had in terms of mindset was more aligned to perfectionism, I think. And I think that may have come from being in the corporate world for so long, because when you put out a product, when you're working for larger PLC companies, the finished product is pretty good, because it's going to mass market. So I kind of had that mentality that my output had to be perfect. And also when you're growing up in the 70s and 80s, etc., you have celebrities on television. They're not on your phone or computers. They were the people who do presenting. The people that we grew up with and the music stars that we grew up with, they were the people on stage, not us. So it's about working through that. And I have worked with, and I still do work with a great mindset coach who helped me with that. So invested in mindset really helped me do video content. But also kind of remember that if you are talking about your expertise, you are the expert in the room.
Oh, come on.
Yeah. So you might not think you are. You might think, who am I to say all of this information? But believe me, you know more than the people you're talking to, usually. So you are the expert in the room, and done is better than perfect was a great piece of advice as well that I received.
See, I know I'm talking to the right person. Come on, because that's I love that you brought that up. Waiting for it to be perfect, and I talk about this a lot. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, just do it. And I love that you said. I love that you show the human aspect, because I think we all had that experience when we first went live. I had to
Yeah.
hit the button and you go, oh no, 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 no.
Oh, this is it. Yes, yeah, yeah. I always like to be planned in terms of what I'm going to say,
Yep.
rather than being ad hoc.
Yeah.
But yeah, the more you do it, the better. No
Oh,
one remembers my first live. No one's looking it up. So it's just about doing it once, kind of start and then continue.
yeah,
Uh,
let's do it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
don't
Absolutely. Yes.
yeah, and I just talked about this in my episode 40 in the Jumpstart Your Year. Just don't second guess yourself.
Mm.
Just go for it, do it, and hire someone like you to help. Just all you're doing is helping us be better. Like you said,
Absolutely.
yep,
Yes. Yeah.
yep. We're
Yeah.
already the expert. We
Yeah.
know what we're doing, but we just need
Mm.
help, especially with the technical side of it.
Yeah, that is essentially why I'm here and why I chose to go into coaching, because I've worked in some competitive big businesses and for city centre marketing agencies, and it can be a pressurized environment, definitely. But learned so much in those roles. But then I found in my later kind of career in the corporate world that the thing I enjoyed the most was when younger people started to join. So graduates, people had just come from university, people in their first jobs had a good opportunity and joined the marketing agency. Didn't particularly know they knew some stuff, but there's an awful lot to know about online marketing. So I really enjoyed kind of mentoring those people and kind of teaching them basically about how to do online marketing, or just how to manage your working day, etc. So it was like a natural step really to go into coaching, to kind of focus on that teaching, coaching side, and use my experience that I've got on businesses that I want to help. So the coaches, the therapists, the female entrepreneurs who are usually stuck with this type of stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, I want to help you guys rather than those big businesses who have got plenty of money and they can use whoever they want. It's great to be able to kind of help the people that you want to help.
Yeah, I love that you said enjoy it, because I love that you seem to have a passion for it. You seem to be easy to work with. I love how you broke it down, on your whiteboard. So do you have any more SEO tools, strategies, and best practices on how we can use the power of search engines to grow our business?
Yeah, absolutely. So there are many SEO tools out there. Okay, far too many to mention, but I've drawn out a couple of free tools basically that everyone should enjoy and use in their business, and they all come from Google as well. Yeah, so we're trying to be seen on Google, so let's use Google's own tools. So first of all, in terms of doing keyword research, so finding what are the terms that people search for to find somebody like my business, okay? You can go to Google, so kind of have an idea what those terms might be. I'm sure you have an idea of what you like to be found for. Search for those. Scroll down to the bottom of Google. It says related searches. So have a look at all of those related searches, jot them down. Click on some of those related searches. Scroll down again, see more related searches. Yeah, and questions that people are asking. Jot those down as well. So you start to compile a list already of search terms, which Google is telling you. People search for these terms to find topics and subtopics that you are talking about. So you can use Google, first of all. You don't need to use a paid keyword research tool. And then the second one is go to Google and search for Google's mobile testing tool. Okay, so Google's mobile testing tool, basically on that, you put your website address in and Google will tell you if your website is mobile phone or cell phone friendly. Yeah, so Google is more concerned whether your website is easy to use on a cell phone rather than a desktop, because most people are browsing on cell phones, aren't they? Yeah, so have a look at that and see what comes up. Hopefully it says your site is mobile friendly. If not, there'll just be a few suggestions which you can jot down and look to fix. And then also, I'm going to mention Google My Business.
Yes.
Well, so that's more for local search. So especially if you have a physical office, or if you own a hairdressers or a bakery or a gym, etc. Yeah, a business that people go to. Then you can use Google My Business to actually create a profile for your business. So when people are searching for it, your business will come up, big block on the right-hand side of Google with your opening hours, information about your business, your location, images of your business, your logo, etc. So that's really good to have. And when you have that, your business will also show up in Google Maps as well when local people are searching for a business like yours as well. So that's worth knowing about and kind of setting up if you need to.
Yeah. Yep. Some people can work with you probably for 28 days, but some of us may need to work with you for 6 months. So, ladies, reach out to Paul. So, how can we contact you, Paul?
Absolutely. So let me put two main ways. You can go to my website, which is paulculshaw.com. So you'll find the contact page there to book a discovery call. It'd be great to chat and see how we can help. Or you can find my Facebook group as well. So just go on Facebook and search for SEO-driven organic marketing for coaches, therapists, and entrepreneurs. That's my group. So you're very welcome into the group, and we can make contact there as well.
That is awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming on the show today and dropping all these nuggets on us.
Oh, it's my pleasure. I'm so happy to help. You know, it's my mission to make SEO for everyone. Basically, it should be accessible for everyone. So there's all of these best practices we can all put into place within our own marketing.
Yes, yes. I think you've answered most of the questions, but feel free to reach out to me. You can leave a comment here on the podcast, or you can go to my website, The Becoming Fierce Entrepreneurs, if you want to know more. And we will have to have Paul back. You want to come back?
Absolutely. I'd love to come back.
Yes, that would be awesome. We're friends for life now.
Amazing. Absolutely.
Yeah, I have to get over there to see you one day. Do you ever come to the States?
Not often at all, but I do plan to going forwards.
Okay.
Yeah, I do like the US very much, so it's certainly on my list of places to go.
Yes. Okay, so maybe, yeah, we'll have you back, and based on any other questions, or feel free to reach out to Paul and work with him. So Paul, what is one thing you would like to leave with people before we wrap?
Sure, yeah. So I would like to leave a quote. Yeah, some wise words. So this has really helped me in my career. So I know when we're talking about Google, people think it's impossible to appear at the top now because people are already there. We can't outrank them, etc. You definitely can. So some advice that I received was in a competitive market, you can't be 100% better than your competitors, but you can be 1% better in 100 different ways.
Ooh, come on.
Yeah. So look at those 1%. So let's look at auditing your online marketing presence at the moment, your social profiles, your website. Let's get a plan in place, and let's start to fix all of those 1% that your competitors don't fix. And they will eventually add up massively, and you'll see a great halo effect from actually doing that. So yeah, focus on all the 1%. So again, it goes back to mindset. Don't think that you've got to focus on being 100% better than everyone around you on social media as well. Let's just have a look at what are the 1% we can do to deliver a 5-star service.
Ooh, well, thank you again.
Oh, it's a pleasure to be here. I enjoyed it. Thanks so much for going through the whiteboard, etc. I hope it was not too technical at all. As I say, it's pretty clear. Relevance and reputation is what to focus on. If you take anything from this episode, focus on those in your own marketing.
Yes, I'm taking away sausage, eggs, and omelets.
Sounds good. So, yes, let's do it.
To satisfy my crawling, indexing, and my serving.
I love it. Okay.
I know you didn't think I was listening, but I got it.
Absolutely. No, I love that. Yeah, there must be a way of me putting that into my own marketing.
I know, huh?
Yeah. It would certainly stand out, wouldn't it?
If you need any help with commercials, I got you.
Excellent. That's good to know.
Well, thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah, pleasure to be here.
So this concludes episode 42 of the Equipping You podcast. Thank you so much, Paul. I really enjoyed talking to you. Did you all enjoy Coach Paul? He shared some awesome wisdom and knowledge on SEO, search engine optimization, which I call search engine optimism. That's right. Keep hope alive. Well, I can't wait to have him back again on the podcast. But in the meantime, keep it locked here for more exciting episodes coming up. All right, everyone. Have a blessed day. Have a blessed rest of the week. We will see you back here on another episode. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. All right, bye-bye.